Right off the top this midday, breaking news from the Eastern Shore. State police say they now have a suspect in custody for at least one arson in Accomack County.
The big question right now, is the suspect connected to the nearly 80 fires that have terrorized the county since November? The suspect is 40-year-old Tanya Bundick, and she's from Parksley. Bundick was arrested during a traffic stop just minutes after a fire was reported at a vacant building in Melfa. Police found that fire around 11:40 last night on Airport Drive. Bundick was pulled over just after midnight, and state police say another person is being questioned in connection with the case.
We begin our team coverage with 10 on your side's Andy Fox. And Andy, a major breakthrough for investigators. What more have you learned?
10 on Your Side has covered this story since last November when all of this happened, and I can tell you there is great relief in the community, but as you'll hear as I'm reporting, there is also great sadness when you find out who one of the people is that is being questioned. Now, right behind me is the Accomack County Jail. I just went in there to see if Tanya Bundick wanted to talk. We are told that she does not want to talk. We went to her home earlier. This is video of her home here in the Parksley area of Accomack County. There were state police out there, and there was also some undercover guys. They were outside the house, presumably waiting for a search warrant in order to go into the house. The fire started at 11:40 on Airport Drive in Melfa. Law enforcement made a traffic stop, as you said, and they found Tanya Bundick inside the vehicle along with another person. We have been told that her fiancé, Charlie Applegate, is now in custody, being questioned and thought to be involved, but has not been charged. There is also a 13-year-old boy involved as well, but the level of his involvement is not known at this time. He is now in Child Protective Service. She is charged with one felony count of arson and one felony count of conspiracy to commit arson. Earlier today, 10 on Your Side found Charlie Applegate's father and asked him what he thought about all this.
I have no comment.
Do you know anything about it?
I have no comment.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Do you think it has anything
I have
suspicious?
no comment. Please don't do this, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So you can tell that there are a lot of people in this community who are very concerned. Now, if you go to the website for the Tasley Volunteer Fire Company, you will see Mr. Applegate's name there. We want to stress this point, that he has not ridden with the fire company for many years, and that site has not been updated. That is what we have been told by the fire company. But that is the latest from here. We'll have continuing coverage coming up in Accomack County. Andy Fox, guys, now back to you.
Surprising news this morning, but it comes after months of investigations, and we will see where this will lead. Andy Fox on the Eastern Shore, thank you very much. We'll be checking back with you. We also have additional information on the man being questioned by police at this hour.
Our team coverage continues now with 10 on Your Side's Anne McNamara. Anne, what can you tell us?
Well, Katie, we've learned that man is Charlie Applegate. He's the fiance of 40-year-old Tanya Bundick, who has been arrested. And today we went to their place of work. Take a look at some of this video. This is in Tasley. Now, we're told that Charlie Applegate works at an auto body shop, and across the way, he actually also owns an auto paint store. Now, in that store, you'll see there is clothing beneath it in the front part of the window. That is where Tanya Bundick, we're told, sold clothing in that paint shop. So that's where they worked. And this town of Tasley is very small. Everyone seems to know everyone, and Tasley is where they spent a lot of time. And we actually ran into one of their friends, and we said, "Do you know Tanya? Do you know Charlie?" He said, "Of course I do." And we said, "Did you ever think that potentially a firefighter might be involved in this string of arsons?" Here's what he said.
It's been speculation, around everywhere around here that a fireman must be doing it, But, that one last night where they captured her or wherever, seemed to me a little crude for the way the other ones have been set.
And so there's still that unknowing. How did this happen? Why were they driving and stopped? Were they together? Were they not? Now we know that Charlie Applegate, the fiance of Tanya Bundick, is being questioned. We know they lived together in that home in the Parksley area. They lived with 2 children. And we also know one other thing. They were about to be married, as we told you. It was supposed to be in March. For some reason, they'd pushed that marriage back to the summer. We actually spoke to who was supposed to be the wedding photographer. Interesting enough, if you joined us yesterday, it was the Arsonist Hunters, that group who made the t-shirts. One of those people who organized that group was supposed to be the photographer at their wedding. So a lot of people know these people. It's a very small area. We're going to continue to gather information. We'll see you tonight at 5, and we'll also see you again in this next hour. Live in Accomack County, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
And thank you very much. Again, State Police will have much more for us on the investigation during a news conference at 3:30 this afternoon. It will stream that at wavy.com. Both Andy Fox and Ann McNamara will remain on the Eastern Shore covering this major break for police throughout the day. And they'll both join us for team coverage of this story during our 90 minutes of news beginning tonight at 5. And of course, we'll follow developments on the arson arrest all day long at wavy.com. Besides the latest on this morning's arrest, you'll find a timeline of the fires, nearly 80 of them since November. We also have a map of all the arsons as well as photos of dozens of them, and you can get to all of that from our homepage.